and welcome to The Social Connection, your one-stop shop for all the social media updates. I'm Preeti Tiwari and with me is Venkatraman.
Hi Preeti. So as Preeti said, we are back with all the social media updates. So before we take you all through these top trends, what kept social media abuzz, let's have a look at the headlines.
Research claims Tumblr, Pinterest, fastest growing social media sites.
Digital India 2014 conclave has been organized in the national capital in New Delhi.
Twitter's move to collect app data raises security concerns, company clarifies.
Well, new research conducted by a research firm shows that while Facebook remains the most popular social network, it now has to face the challenge of keeping users very much interested.
Well, yes, on the other hand, Tumblr and Pinterest have been named as the hottest property in social media after both were cited as being the fastest growing platform. Take a look.
With 1.35 billion active monthly users, Facebook continues to be the world's largest social network by some margin. But when it comes to picking up new users, it appears to have reached a saturation point. A research from Global Web Index notes that Tumblr's active user base in the last 6 months grew by 120%, while Facebook's grew by only 2%. Tumblr, now the fastest growing social site, is followed by Pinterest and Instagram when it comes to leading the growth in active users for the past couple of months. The survey said Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube and even Google Plus all grew faster than Facebook. In mobile apps specifically, while Facebook is the largest app today, Snapchat, with an emphasis on teen and 20-something users, is the fastest growing of them all. The report also reveals that Tumblr and Instagram have the youngest audience and more than 70% of their users being 16 to 34. In contrast, Facebook has the oldest user base, a quarter of its users are aged 45 plus. Despite its rapid rise, Tumblr remains a relative small, ranking 8th overall, with Facebook remaining firmly ensconced at the top, albeit with murmurings that its own days of extremely high growth may now be numbered. Among the apps that saw the highest and fastest increase in the numbers of users is Snapchat. According to the report, the popular message disappearing app had a usage increase of 56% since the beginning of 2014.
Digital India, the government's key initiative of not just delivering basic services to Indians, but it is a part of an integrated vision to transform India. In a nutshell, it is a promise by the government of India that technology would be used to deliver good governance and also the development of this country. To take this initiative to different heights, Digital India Conclave 2014 is organized, which is a part of US-India Strategic Dialogue Series. We bring you a report. Digital India, one of the most prestigious programs of Narendra Modi-led government. It is all about improving the lives of Indians enabled by technology through knowledge-based information. Government wants to ensure through Digital India to every Indian that he or she has the opportunities that the proliferation of technology offers in the 21st century. Indeed, according to the government, it is a part of an integrated vision to transform India. The government believes that there are 9 pillars that will help achieve the dream of Digital India. The 9 pillars include broadband highway, universal access to mobile connectivity, public internet access program, e-governance reforming government through technology, e-Kranti electronic delivery of service, information for all, electronics manufacturing target net zero import, information technology for jobs, and early harvest program. These 9 pillars, according to many, can complete the Digital India initiative that can transform PM's core promises of providing good governance. And as part of the initial steps to take this program to elevated levels, a Digital India conclave was organized in the national capital, in which Union Minister of Communications and Information Technology Ravi Shankar Prasad ascertained that Modi-led government wants to see a digital revolution led by women who are digital illiterates. The conclave, which is the first part of US-India Strategic Dialogue Series on Digital India, highlighted the primary aspects of Digital India like digital infrastructure as a utility, digital governance and digital empowerment of citizens of India.
Digital literacy. In Indian language, Indians must be given digitally correct lessons to become digitally connected and also able to use the digital instruments. We have conceived of programs of 2 hours, of 5 hours, of 10 hours, of 20 hours. We have about 1.5 lakh common service centers where we have got a computer, where we got a proper power backup, printer. I want these common service centers to be run by women of India. who are digitally literate. I want to see a digital revolution happening through the strength of women cooperative who will run these common service centers.
Union Minister of Power, Coal and Renewable Energy Piyush Goyal also participated in the conclave. He said that technology and digitization will have enormous impact on the energy sector in the coming days.
Impact of Digital India on the energy sector, I think it's pretty obvious. Energy in the last few years we've seen has gone through tumultuous times. Whether it is coal, whether it is renewable energy, or whether it's power. In all sectors, one can see a significant impact of technology, one can see a significant impact of information technology. So technology is an enabler which can just cut across all parts of government.
Panel discussions on various subjects like linking Smart City concept to Digital India, Make in India for Digital India, electronic commerce and service delivery and other subjects have been discussed during the conclave. On the whole, experts, industrialists and other delegates through this conclave reaffirmed that Digital India initiative can change the paradigm of governance and also it has the potential to provide jobs, connectivity and technological tools that a modernizing society needs.
Microblogging site Twitter has announced that it has started collecting data of the apps its users download and install on their smartphone. The new app can be turned off by people who feel uneasy about it.
Well, this move will help Twitter better target its promoted posts. However, the company assures users that it will only track which applications users have installed, not any data from within the applications. Take a look at it.
Twitter has announced a new tool called App Graph. It is designed to track the apps users install on their devices to suggest promoted content and pave way for a more personalized timeline. While the company says it only collects the list of applications one has installed and not data within the app, it could still be a matter of concern for many. The microblogging site isn't forcing you to use the feature as it can be easily disabled. Basically, Twitter plans to use your app graph to help build a more tailored experience for you. For instance, it aims at showing users more relevant promoted content and an improved who to follow suggestion that share similar interest. In an official blog, Twitter wrote, adding tweets, accounts, other content to your timeline that we think you'll find especially interesting. Twitter shows a prompt letting you know that the feature is active on your device. So if you see a prompt, it means that the setting is turned off. Anticipating the likely reaction, Twitter also published a step-by-step guide to turning the app graph feature off within its Android and iOS app in both cases. It can be switched off within the settings section. Android users can disable the feature by tapping the overflow icon and by choosing the account you would like to adjust under settings. Under other, you can adjust the setting to tailor Twitter based on My Apps. On the other hand, iOS users need to tap the gear icon from the Me tab and go to the settings. Under privacy, they can then adjust the setting to tailor Twitter based on My Apps. Twitter added that it will not scan any user's other apps before notifying them that it plans to do via an in-app prompt. While it clearly indicates the new app graph is more of an advertising tool, it is good to see that Twitter has been transparent about how it plans to implement the app graph.
Well, we are heading for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more social media and our special segment.
Welcome back to Social Connection. Now let's take a look at the top trends of Facebook and Twitter.
Following the controversial remarks made by Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industry Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti, the Parliament was adjourned many times after the opposition staged protest against the minister. Following this, Rajya Sabha and Sadhvi trended on Twitter. With speeches and celebrations, people across the world held a day of remembrance for anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela on his first death anniversary. As world seek to rediscover the message of this great leader, Nelson Mandela became a top trend on Facebook. Haryana government put on hold the cash reward and felicitation of the Rohtak sisters Aarti and Pooja for fighting back alleged molesters in the bus after a new video surfaced. This made Rohtak sisters one of the top Twitter trend. Ace comedian of yesteryears Devendra Verma, whose humorous antics were enjoyed by the Indian audience for the past 4 decades, passed away this week following a heart attack. The actor who gave hits like Khatta Meetha and Angur became a top trend on Facebook. Australian cricketer Philip Hughes was laid to rest this week. People gathered to lay flowers and messages at the Randwick end of the SCG following the gathering of people to watch the funeral service held in Maxwell. Philip Hughes became one of the top trend on Twitter. Search engine giant Google is all set to get rid of CAPTCHA that forced users to confirm they are humans by typing in barely legible words and numbers. The new No Captcha Recaptcha feature made Google one of the top trends on Facebook. A school healthy eating drive by US First Lady Michelle Obama has spectacularly backfired. Michelle has been subject to a spat of sarcastic tweets from children running her campaign for healthier school meals.
Well, indeed, angry kids across the United States have taken to social networks with the hashtag Thanks Michelle Obama to show just how bad they believe their new school meals are. We bring you a report.
Students across the US are tweeting photos of their school lunches and using the hashtag Thanks Michelle Obama. The First Lady has been active in pushing for reform in school cafeterias and encouraging healthier eating overall. Similar to Delhi School's initiative to ban junk food, the government-backed health initiative from 2012 was aimed at cutting obesity in the school by reducing the amount of sodium, sugar and fats in food served at schools. It required that more fruits, vegetables and whole grains to be put on the menu in order to foster a healthier lifestyle. Students unhappy with school meals are taking it out on the First Lady by sharing images on social media of lunch sarcastically tagged Thanks Michelle Obama. The complaint focused on taste, texture and portion size under new nutrition regulation promoted by the First Lady. The standards were implemented as part of Obama's Let's Move initiative to reduce childhood obesity. Not everyone is using it sarcastically. Some used it to show support for Obama, thanking her for her efforts to get kids eating healthy.
Well, all of us at some point of time must have used Truecaller, which is an international brand that has managed to garner a large number of downloads from users in the country.
Well, absolutely. And now there is a local brand looking to rival this popular caller application. Nimbus, the instant messaging client, launched an app called Hola on the same lines. Take a look.
Truecaller now has a competitor which comes in the form of Hola, a new caller ID application launched by the makers of Nimbus, which is out only for Android devices. The company said that it aims to garner about 10 million users for this service. Hola, like Truecaller, allows users to see details like the caller's name, photo and location during an incoming call live. The main selling point of the app is that it identifies unknown callers and spammers. This enables you to either reject or completely block your incoming calls. Nimbus India CEO Vikas Saxena said that on an average 4 out of 10 calls on prepaid mobile numbers are from unknown numbers, while 1 out of these 4 uncalled calls is a spam call. This makes it one of the mass market needs on smartphones today, and Hola will be of immense help to users. The app has also been blessed with special offline support for providing you with information about unknown contacts that have already called you, even when there is no internet connection on your phone. It has a number of other features such as location tracking and synchronization of social media and phone contacts. There is even an activity analyzer thread which informs you about the duration for which you speak to a particular contact. Hola is available in English, French, Spanish, Arabic, Persian and Portuguese on Android devices. Earlier this year, UK-based New Call Telecom acquired 70% stake in Nimbus. Well, now it's time to see all the feedback that you sent in. Now let's move on to our brand new Hindi section. सोशल मीडिया के इस हफ्ते की हलचल के साथ स्वागत है आपका। YouTube ने कभी उम्मीद भी नहीं की थी कि कोई वीडियो YouTube पर इतना देखा जाएगा कि सिस्टम गिनती गिनना भूल जाएगा, लेकिन गम गिन गिन YouTube चकरा गया। सोशल साइट्स इस्तेमाल करने वालों की निजता और सुरक्षा चर्चा में बनी रहती है, लेकिन सोशल साइट्स यूजर कभी पन्नों की नियम शर्तें पढ़ने की बजाय आई अग्री पर क्लिक करके आगे बढ़ जाते हैं। फेसबुक ने अपने यूजर्स के लिए 1 जनवरी से लागू होने वाले आसान नियम और शर्तें जारी की हैं। लेकिन क्या है ये शर्तें? वाकई आसान है? पेश है फेसबुक टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन का क्या है, क्यों है, कैसे है।
कोई भी वीडियो किसी साइट पर इतना लोकप्रिय हो जाए कि उसे देखने की तय की गई सीमा भी पार कर जाए, कभी ये सोचना भी मुश्किल था। पर गंगनम स्टाइल वीडियो के साथ ऐसा ही हुआ और YouTube को अपनी तय की गई सीमा को फिर से बदलना पड़ा। हाल ही में YouTube ने अपने बिट रेट इंटीगर को 32 से बढ़ाकर 64 कर दिया है और ये सब हुआ गंगनम स्टाइल के गिन हिट्स के कारण। फेसबुक के नियम और शर्तों के तहत यूजर्स को बताया जाएगा कि वे किस तरह से फेसबुक पर अपनी जानकारी पर नियंत्रण रख सकते हैं। उदाहरण के लिए आप अनटैगिंग, अनफ्रेंडिंग और ब्लॉकिंग के बारे में जानेंगे। यही नहीं, आप अपनी हर एक पोस्ट के लिए ऑडियंस तय करना भी सीख पाएंगे। फेसबुक का कहना है कि अब यूजर्स को फेसबुक का इस्तेमाल करने के लिए टिप्स दी जाएगी और उन्हें गाइड किया जाएगा।
Well, that's the end of our show. So keep sending in your feedback on our ddnews.com and @gmail.com and also on Twitter handle and also on Facebook page. And if you missed any of these videos, you can watch on our YouTube channel as well. So don't forget to join us next Sunday. So before logging off, we will leave you with the interesting search of the net. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Speaking up empowers us. It always has. We give voice to our ideas. We share our inspiration. And when enough people listen, it can change the world. But speaking up is never easy and has often been met with resistance. Right now, worldwide, millions of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and intersex people risk their freedom, safety, even their lives, just being who they are. But as people come to know individuals and their families, it becomes much more difficult to discriminate. In societies around the world, people have overcome hostility by opening up to those around them and having others speak up in support. Every person has a story, no matter how small it may seem. We are all the foundation for this movement for equality. So share your story. Speak up for LGBT equality. Change your world and inspire someone else to do the same.